and Raito staying with him this weekend. Really helps out both 2GG and others trying to get the Japanese players out to the East Coast.
Yes, absolutely, and it's really always wonderful to see the Japanese players come out. They always manage to put in a ton of work.
And I believe it was at last year's CEO, Raito was actually 1 win away from making it in the top 8 from loser's side. I believe losing to the Buzz in their qualifier. So I'm sure he would love the chance to replace Ken, who made top 8 last year for winner's side.
Yes. Ken, notably absent from this season's PGR. He hasn't really been able to attend much at all in the States. So his Japanese brethren, Mori, Kiri, Raito, have been putting a lot of work in.
So a pretty slow starter from both players. Captain L ready to try and punish Raito on that check chase, but using that can to really just escape the combo.
Yeah, and although these are trades for Duck Hunt, and he is at the percent deficit, Duck Hunt is quite a bit heavier than Pikachu. He can take a few more hits. So, you know, both players are going to need to be careful.
It's going to be interesting. These are both characters that can sometimes struggle to kill, so I'll be curious to see who really starts to hit their confirms faster. Especially Duck Hunt with that access to the frame 1 aerial can to avoid some combos.
Dealing with Raito's neutral often just feels like a guessing game. When he opts for certain options, what is he going to go for? He has the can out. Is he going to go for a high jump read? Is he going to try to knock you down on the ground? Is he going to go for a grab, anticipating you to shield? You never really know.
Or even just there sitting on the opposite side of the stage, deep in the corner with both the gunman and the can at the ready.
And that is really, really strong for Pikachu. Being able to crouch under that gunman eliminates one of the fears of having to sit in shield versus that.
Yeah, normally that's something you really have to consider and about whether or not you're going to attack him to make him wait a little bit longer before he can use it again. But Pikachu, as you mentioned, is out underneath, and that down tilt is almost enough to take it out. But
excellent platform cancel right there from Pikachu.
Oh, I love the Thunder Jolt onto the can there. Now both players approaching max rage. Captain L already there.
Really liking this from Captain L, taking it nice and slowly, nice and methodically, similar to how he was playing versus Mars. He knows he doesn't want to overcommit in this situation, particularly versus a character like Duck Hunt, but that incredible ledge trapping, so strong from Raito and Duck Hunt.
And that up tilt, of course, being one of Duck Hunt's more surprising kill moves. The smash attacks not being that consistent. You have to find something you can rely on, and for Raito especially, it's going to be that.
But the drag down back air coming out from Captain L. Rydia was on the loser side, but evening up the game immediately.
That's something that he's going to have to focus on if he's able to get Raito off stage, taking advantage of Duck Hunt's less than stellar recovery. If you can avoid that can, you really can open up Duck Hunt off stage. A fair grab going to be really important here. You see the stage, you see the can on stage, but Raito goes high this time.
Yeah, we saw immediately after Raito got knocked off stage, he made sure to put the can off stage so that he could get it back immediately once again.
See, Captain L has had the answers right so far to Duck Hunt's tools, and only about 20% separating them. Seems like he's going to have the experience somewhere. This is not a character you can go into blind. Just waiting it out. I feel like this is another set we're going to see take quite a bit of time. Neither player is going to be overly aggressive.
Oh, great read on that dash grab right there. He understood the position of the can, wasn't too much of a threat to his unreactable range, and so he opted for the spot dodge to avoid the grab.
A few times now we've seen Raito go high. Captain L more than wary of how strong his offstage thunder can be. Raito has to be very careful making the same recovery options over and over again.
Back air on the can. Of course, for those of you who don't know, if you hit the can direction depends on the way that Duck Hunt is facing. When he back airs the can and shoots it afterwards, again, the can will actually go towards Duck Hunt, but the back air, great patience coming out from Raito right there, taking that game 1.
The other important feature of the can as well is when your opponent does hit it, it becomes property of theirs. So normally when Duck Hunt can move through the can uninhibited, but if it is hit back at him by an opponent, it becomes possession of theirs, and the explosion will activate on Duck Hunt or on Duck Hunt's shield.
Yes.
A very, very nuanced character that can cause anyone from a beginner to an expert lots of trouble if they're not ready.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to take into account all the factors of Duck Hunt. And of course, we have the fact that, as you mentioned before, it does come out on frame 1, so he's able to combo break out of those setups that aren't quite airtight from Pikachu once again.
It's looking interesting. It almost seemed like he was able to do it in between fair hits. I'm not sure how long of a space there is between those, or perhaps it is just after the end of it. But Raito more than ready with that explosive exit. Great use of the Thunder Jolt there to knock out the gunman. Something interesting to keep in mind about the gunman, I believe it goes 42, 62, 82. If the gunman is able to shoot uninhibited, it'll come back in 40 frames. If you are able to hit it briefly without it being able to shoot, it comes back in 60. And if you knock it down, it comes back in 80.
Yeah, even the gunman as well, of course, having a lot of different properties. There are 5 separate ones that appear at random, but they will always be among those 5, so you will not see the two of the same in that same 5-line rotation.
And that's what makes it incredibly difficult for Duck Hunt players, because while that move will only really be useful for locking down on certain horizontal lengths, each gunman can shoot at different lengths too, making things really, really hard.
All right, and that was a really excellent play coming out from Iridium, noting the odd round of Dreamland, allowing him to quick attack cancel properly and get that confirm into the up smash. Not Iridium, sorry, Captain L. I'm going to make this mistake quite often, my apologies.
Both very young, very excellent Pikachu players.
Yes.
Riddy, unfortunately, not going to be able to make it as far as L today, but he is really holding it down for the Pikachu players. Esim as well, a very early exit from a Florida tournament for him.
Yes. These two just trying to exert that close-up pressure, but Captain L coming out on top once again.
This is incredibly important for him. He was able to get that grab as the can went over his head. Raito, with how the can was facing, did not have access to his defensive key.
Grab that back air, sour spot, not quite enough just yet. Covering the ledge with the can, beautiful stuff.
Good. Yeah, that's one of the important things. Dash attack did not turn the can around, so Raito's able to throw the can outwards like that while still having a way to bring it back towards him. Keep an eye on is that there's actually 2 hitboxes on the can. There's the zapper that moves along the can, the invisible handgun that came along with the NES games, and then of course the explosion of the can itself.
All right, Raito finally able to get that first stock up air into, very nice sequence coming out from Raito, a quick 36%.
Great air dodge there from Captain L, preventing Raito from pretty much immediately taking this lead back.
Yeah, only a small 6% between these two at the moment.
Zapper into the explosion there, giving Raito the lead back. Only just now at the halfway mark, so I don't believe we're going to see any real threat of a timeout, but either player can decide to slow this game down, and we may be there before you know it. Calling out the cancel the quick attack too. Raito so quick at that back air.
Yeah, the overall zone that Raito is occupying is primarily below that platform. He knows that he can cover a lot of ground in tandem with that can around that platform if he's aware of his options and aware of what Captain L might want to opt for.
We've seen Captain L avoid it so far, but something very dangerous at these percents that Raito is going to be looking very hard for is going to be cannon into up air. Normally not a true combo. You're going to be based off of air dodge and reads. It is a very potent finisher for a character that can struggle at the higher percents.
All right, he's got the can by ledge. Anticipating a roll, but good stuff to Captain L, not giving it to him. Captain L being very, very smart and elusive with his ledge play. Pikachu obviously having the options to do so. Very hard character to trap at the ledge.
A very lucky break for him in that sequence as well. He did actually come off stage and was hit by the can, but it was only the zapper hitbox. The explosion did not activate and did not close out his stock.
Excellent coverage once again. He had the ledge covered with the can, and so he was ready right below the platform, either to cover roll with the up tilt or go to the jumping up air to cover a recovery onto that platform.
And that was twice in a row that he went for that quick attack cancel off the side of that platform, and Raito answered both times, first with the back air, then with the up air to finish that stock. Yeah. Captain L showing his hand a little bit too frequently, and Raito picking up on those habits immediately.
Yeah, and that is just a testament to Raito's ability as a top-level player. The fact that he is able to scout out and engage versus those habits only after one use is just a testament to how good he is. And now off to an early lead that Captain L is quickly closing.
In the previous set before this, Raito had a 2-0 lead against Karna and was able to close it out game 4 after Karna was able to make some adjustments in this Duck Hunt matchup. We'll see if Captain L can obtain the same fate or even force us into a pivotal game 5. But right now, Raito looking very, very confident and well on his way to a 3-0 victory and a matchup against MK Leo in top 8 tomorrow.
Yeah, this gameplay coming out from Raito is
It's
looking
dead. Don't
great,
touch
but
him. He managed to make that back. Tonkam's recovery seemed like almost at the absolute depths where he's able to come back from.
yeah, it looked like for a brief second he was about to get caught under the Dreamland pineapple, but Raito just able to make it out alive.
You see the bit of movement paying off there from Captain L. Forward, an aerial facing away from Raito allows him to immediately spin back around. He's really breaking this guard very well when he sees the can out away from Raito. It's so important to be able to take advantage of that. We see him escape past the gunman and now close out a pressure situation with a stock.
Yeah, that was a truly excellent edge guard and sequence coming out from Captain L. What was that can do? It was bouncing all over the place, interacting with Pikachu's quick attack and Thunder Jolt.
That was actually seemed like a really well thought out plan from Captain L. He dropped low and double jumped with a Thunder Jolt that sent the Thunder Jolt up the side of Dreamland, interacting with the can, giving him access to it and allowing it to him no longer be a hitbox that he had to worry about. This explosion's getting more and more dangerous as this present begins to build.
Yeah, once again the Thunder Jolt interrupting the can, but Neutral Air having a good amount of kill power behind it, keeping this game nice and even.
Captain L with the run-up reverse up smash there, try to recover Raito, jumping back to the stage. Trying to test Raito's patience there. We see the Thunder Jolts and how long Raito holds his shield, following up that F smash, begging him to come in, chasing underneath those jolts.
Once again, trying to hold the center stage between these two. We see Raito beneath this Dreamland platform once again, setting up his can, trying to cover as many areas and options as he can from Captain L.
Dropping oh so low, Raito more than content to regain center.
Right, but Captain L finds his way in, gets hit by the can. Or again, the quick attack cancel on the Dreamland platform. Had that been any other stage, that would have been a punish for Raito.
My God.
Up throw thunder, not enough just yet.
Beautiful
Excellent tech.
Unfortunately, they got caught in the wall jump, was not able to throw out another aerial.
Oh, the clutch can.
In the brief time between that falling fair and the grab, Raito able to throw that out. And no tech there either. That would have put him in a great position to potentially get a game-winning there.
And there is the game-winning there.
Ask and you shall receive. So
Right, Captain L finally putting one on the board. 2-1 in the set between Raito and Captain L.
Not even remotely flummoxed as Raito shakes his head, moves on to stage selection, is ready to go for this game 4 now.
You know, I got to admit, I'm really digging Raito's hat.
Yeah,
he looks like he's having a great time. He is chilling.
There's a level of confidence that comes with a hat like that, and he pulls it off magnificently. Ooh, this is going to be really tough, I believe, for Captain L now. No platforms for him to jump off of, no Dreamland for him to access those cancels, and now Raito is going to be all about his business.
Yes. Plenty of stage for Raito to run away in those situations and set up the traps that he needs to with the can. Trading once again. Lots of trades back and forth between these two players. You can't run forever, Pikachu. You may be fast. The can is here.
So it's with each individual hit of the neutral B that can begins to bounce along. So when you see it at those high peaks like that, Raito perfectly positioned it every time. And even there, just using it as a coverage option to advance forward, almost like a Marvel assist.
Yeah, it's just so interesting to see the stage control go back and forth between these two. We haven't really seen a solid hit be exchanged between these two in quite some time. Finally, Captain L finds his way in with the grab.
And that was only after having to reverse the entire space of Final Destination.
Trying to come down with the nair. The late hit boxes of that move, not all that good. Great tech once again from Raito. And again, reading that jump air dodge off the ledge. Raito was
falling to his doom there. That can causing him to go a little bit too low. Was not able to get the up B out in time.
Yeah.
Captain L's pressure paying off for him.
Unfortunate SD coming out from Raito. He's going to need to close this gap as effectively as he can if he wants to stay in this game.
These strings begin. Pikachu so proficient at these low percent combos.
Oh, what a call out on that quick attack. Almost taking the stock right there. Unfortunately, not quite enough just yet.
And what a lucky break that both of these hits of down smash connected. Each one of Duck Hunt's smash attacks is going to have a range that it can go. It almost like 3 sets of lines where each hit can move along, and it's completely RNG based on whether or not those hits are actually going to connect.
Yep. The forward smash being the most notable one, of course. It has very, very random positions of each of the hitbox hits. Why they would engineer a move like that, I'm not quite sure. But
yeah, it's something, man.
Maybe to try to replicate the idea that, oh, you know, this gunman isn't all too precise.
Oh, we see the can, and he actually gets away from the up air there. Raito trying to close out this stock.
Whatever way he can. Little bits of damage being tacked on steadily bit by Captain L. Very nice thunder coming out. But the can finally taking the stock, 59% on Raito to his name.
A bit of the struggle there for Duck Hunt, even with a little bit of rage and 140% on Captain L. It took that long for what really is a very common tool for Duck Hunt to finally kill.
Yeah, almost 3 minutes into the set. The rapid jab coming out from Duck Hunt. Tries to go for a cheeky little ledge cancel right there to get further damage. All right, Raito finally getting a little bit of momentum.
Luckily, both of these players are going to take a the winner is going to be able to take a long break before tomorrow. This has been a very tenuous set, working on the metal of both players.
Plays patiently waiting in shield for the can to do his business. Up throw into Thunder, doesn't get the DI read, and he gets punished for it. Raito bit by bit trying to close this gap. Excellent coverage with the can once again. Pikachu unable to get that tech chase afterwards. All the up air, and it is enough! What a play coming out from Raito. Excellent stuff, and he will be moving on to winner's side of top 8 tomorrow.
And that's back-to-back 3-1 set wins for him. Seems like every time his opponent has a chance to potentially figure out what he's doing, he mixes it up just enough in that game 4. And like you said, he bought his ticket to face off against MK Leo tomorrow.
Yes, he did.
I'm fascinated to see how that set goes. I don't know if those two have ever played, actually.
I'm not too sure either. I'm pretty sure that I want to say Genesis a while back, not even this year's, maybe the last year's. I think he might have played against either Brood or Raito, but I'm not quite sure who off the top of my head.
And we see, as I mentioned, doing a thing coming over to the side of the stream here.